Howdy, Aaron Boster joining you from Ohio Health MS Center, talking today about healthy habits, specifically about exercising with multiple sclerosis. This impromptu educational opportunity is to get us thinking a bit about different ways that we can exercise and be successful. Exercise is extremely important in MS. It helps with energy levels, it helps improve sleep quality, it helps improve thinking and memory in MS, it improves mood, it improves spasticity, it improves strength. Exercise is also what I like to call prehab. So if I took you and cloned you and I made two of you, and one of you I gave chocolate cake and a TV, and you sat and got out of shape, gained some weight, got weak legs. Meanwhile, the other you, I gave a treadmill and some healthy food, and I got you in shape, and you lost weight, and you got a strong core, and you got strong legs. Now I have clone A and clone B, and you both have an attack of left leg weakness. Clone A is sitting in a wheelchair. Clone B is limping. Why? Prehab, because of exercise. So, telling a patient to exercise is easy. Actually doing exercise can be very, very challenging. And there are certain problems that we may run into with MS. For example, if you go to a standard commercial gym and start doing exercises that a personal trainer gives you, you may or may not be successful. So I think we need to think about it a little bit differently. Number one, the type of activity is important. Any adult can do any sport for maybe a minute or two before they say, I don't want to do that anymore. And I don't think when you're looking at exercising, after having not done it for a while, that you should set goals like climb a mountain, run a marathon. I think we need to find some things that we don't hate, that we kind of like, some things that are fun. It needs to be fun so that you continue to do it. We don't have any research that tells us that this type of exercise is far superior than this type. And so I tell people, look for something that you enjoy. That's the first comment. The second comment has to do with the way in which we exercise. Energy conservation is very, very important. I'll tell you a story about a patient who one time told me, guess what, doc? I can go to the gym for 3 hours. I thought, wow, that's really impressive. And then his wife smacked him and said, then what happens, honey? And he said, well, then I'm in bed for a day. That's a true story. He would exercise for 3 hours, and then the next day he was useless, and he would spend the day in bed. What we discovered was if he went to the gym every single day for a half an hour, he never had problems the next day. And so the tip is use the day after exercise to judge whether or not you overdid it. If the next day after exercise you can have a normal day, then that was good. If the next day is not so good, then you may have overdone it. The third comment has to do with heat sensitivity. It's summertime here in Columbus, Ohio, and it's hot outside, and even during the winter, when we're hoofing it, we start to sweat and we raise our core body temperature. And so if you know that you're heat sensitive, plan accordingly. Maybe do exercise in water, which pulls heat off your body. Exercise in the early morning or maybe in the evening when it's less hot outside. Drink copious amounts of ice water while you're exercising, and maybe even throw on a cooling vest. These are all techniques so that you can make your exercise more meaningful and get more out of it and not suffer from heat sensitivity. Which types of exercises, again, I said earlier that there's no proven type, but there's certain things that we tend to find are more successful than others. Anything in the water is awesome. Water aerobics, swimming, walking in the water Zumba, I don't care. Put a life jacket on, get yourself in the pool, and move around. If you think about it, if you have a weak leg and it's hard to pick it up, in the water you weigh less. If you're off balance and you fall to the right, the water pushes to the left. If you're heat sensitive, the water pulls the heat off your body. And so a lot of MS patients can survive and thrive and have a great time in the water and even do activities that they could never do on land. If you are going to look for land-based activities, low impact is oftentimes the way to go. Tai Chi, yoga, Pilates. These are low impact exercises that can really be meaningful. They can help with core strength, they can help with flexibility, they can even help with endurance. And the last type of exercise, one of my most favorite, is taking a walk. Take a walk. Grab a loved one, grab your dog, go out after dinner, and walk for an hour. And walk fast enough that you're raising your heart rate a little bit and maybe sweating. My name is Aaron Boster. This has been an impromptu educational opportunity brought to you by Ohio Health MS Center. Today we're talking about healthy habits and exercising with MS. Have a great day.